Alcatraz prison was particularly influential in the history of the United States because it housed the nation's most dangerous criminals for nearly 30 years. Without it, the United States would be very different from the United States we know today. For 29 years, Alcatraz was a famous federal prison on Alcatraz Island in San Francisco Bay. The island stands on 22 acres of solid rock, hence its nickname, The Rock. 1.5 miles of water separates it from the city of San Francisco. The island received its name in 1775 from the Spanish explorer Juan Manuel de Ayala. De Ayala charted San Francisco Bay and named it La Isla de los Alcatrazes, which translates to Island of Pelicans. In 1847, the United States Army noticed the island's strategic value as a military fortress. In 1848, coal was discovered in California, which brought miners from around the world into this strange place to seek this rumored gold. The news spread around the world of the wealth in California, and the United States government made security measures to protect the land and gold from other countries. By 1853, the United States Army engineers started constructing a military fortress. On March 21, 1907, Alcatraz became the United States' Western symbol of military power. After it was a military fortress, Alcatraz became the American Army's first long-term prison. Alcatraz began to build its reputation as a tough detention facility by exposing the inmates to severe and harsh living conditions. All the prisoners were broken into 3 classes based on their crimes. Each class had distinct levels of privilege. For example, prisoners in the 3rd class were permitted reading materials from the library, visits or letters from relatives. During its 29 years of operation, the penitentiary claimed that no prisoner had successfully escaped, but this was not accurate. Actually, a total of 36 prisoners made 14 escape attempts. 2 of the men trying twice, 23 were caught, and 6 were shot and killed during the escape. Alcatraz prison was shut down in 1963. It was shut down because expenses for their operations cost too much. Those expenses were a lot higher than those of a federal prison. For example, $10 per day per prisoner as opposed to $3 at a prison in Atlanta. The location of the prison meant all the food and other necessities had to be shipped in, which cost a lot. Nearly half a century of saltwater saturation has severely screwed up the buildings. In addition, civilians from San Francisco were complaining about environmental effects of sewage released into San Francisco Bay from the prisoners, staff, and their families on the island. Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy ordered the prison to be closed on March 21, 1963. That same year, the United States Penitentiary in Marion, Illinois was opened as a replacement prison for Alcatraz.